channel. We've got another face-off between Blood Angels and Orks today. You may remember last time the Orks, despite taking heavy casualties, managed to steal the loot from the manufactorum that the Blood Angels were sent in to defend. Today the Blood Angels have regrouped. They've moved back to another part of the manufactorum. So the war boss fell back and he's managed to rally one of the local clans. He knows the Blood Angels are weak due to the loss of Captain Tycho, and they are coming in to hopefully purge the rest of the Blood Angel force. So today's mission is Deadlock. We've got the 6 objectives. Number 1, 2, number 3, 4, 5, and number 6. So we don't know who is going first or on which side the Orks are attacking from. So let's have a look at the armies. Right, this is the Blood Angel force today. Mephiston has re-rallied some of the Blood Angels. He is going with 5 Assault Terminators. The Sergeant there is equipped with a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. Mephiston's cyclic powers are Wings of Sanguinius, Blood Lance, and of course Sword of Sanguinius, Quickening and Force. The other Assault Terminators, we've got 4 sets of Lightning Claws. They're going to be riding in Land Raider. It's going to be a Crusader, driving up the bolters, so that's Mark Dave, with a multi-melter and of course an assault cannon. Other elites, we have a unit of tactical Terminators. Never used these in a proper game outside of Deathstorm, so I thought why not. We've got a heavy flamer in there, and the Sergeant has Power Sword and Storm Bolter. For heavy support, we have a Bow Predator with 2 flamers, a Flamestorm Cannon, Storm Bolter and Dozer Blades. We also have another Bow Predator with Assault Cannon and Heavy Bolters, with a Storm Bolter and again Dozer Blades. Other HQ, we have a Librarian Dreadnought. He doesn't come out very often, so I thought let's bring him to the game. He has Fear the Darkness, Shield of Sanguinius, and of course Quickening. The third heavy support will be a Whirlwind with overcharged engines, Dozer Blade, Storm Bolter as well. The Librarian will be riding in 1 drop pod. For the first fast attack slot, we have a 5-man squad of Assault Marines with 2 melter guns. We have a 5-man assault squad with 2 melter guns, and the Sergeant has an Infernus pistol. Both of them are riding in pods. We've got a 10-man tactical squad with a melter gun and a heavy flamer. They'll be combat squadding, but they'll also be in a drop pod. And we've got a 5-man squad of tactical Marines with a heavy flamer, again in a pod. So that's 5 pods. And then we've got a land speeder for the final fast attack slot with 2 heavy bolters. The Warlord trait for the Librarian Dreadnought allows me to reroll the D3 when I score D3 victory points.
This is the Ork army today. This is the war boss. He has a mega armor and a boss pole and a lucky stick, and he's accompanied by a squad of 5 knobs with big choppers and a pain boy. And their troop choice, we have some Gretchen with the Aegis defense line with a quad gun as well. And heavy support, we have 2 tractor cannons with the Glock crew there. And troops, we have first squad of 15 Ork boys with a knob with a crossbow and power claw, and they are riding in a battle wagon which has 2 big shooters and a reinforced ram. And other troops choice, we have a squad of 10 Ork boys with a knob with big power claw and boss pole, and they are riding in a truck. We also have another squad of exactly the same here, also in a truck, and a third squad exactly the same, also in a truck. We have fast attack, we have 10 Storm boys with a knob with a power claw and a boss pole. We have another heavy support choice, so 10 looters. And we have a fast attack again, 3 Ork bikers. They are accompanied by a big mech on a war bike, who has the mega custom force field and a big chopper. And then we have another battle wagon, which is the dedicated transport for the war boss, which has 2 big shooters and a reinforced ram. And then last but not least, a custom made battle wagon with the looter dropper from Forge World on. And it has 2 big shooters and a reinforced arm on the battle wagon as well. And that's it for 2,000 points.
Right, so here we go. This is the table after deployment. First of all, the gaming mat today is supplied by urbanmats.com. This is Concrete Area. Please check out them and their other mats, some great quality mats. Today's game is also filmed at Games of War in Seaham. They offer a discount on quite a lot of different miniature games, as well as card games and everything. Please check them out as well. I'll post a link to both in the description. So, Michael's deployment, we have Grot with the quad gun here, the lifter dropper, and the tractor cannons behind the Aegis defence line. In the ruins, we've got the looters, 3 trucks with the boys, battle wagon with the war boss in. Michael's warlord trait is Bellow and Tyrant. We've then got down here the bike squad with the big mech with custom force field, granting the invuln to all of these units. We've got the other battle wagon and the stone boys hiding out of line of sight down here. Right, so the Blood Angels looking across, we can just see the smoke and the metal of the Orks coming towards them. We've got the Whirlwind at this side. The Bar Predator's got line of sight on a few of them. And Mephiston in the Land Raider with the Assault Terminators, can see quite a few of them coming over the horizon. The Bar Predator with the Flamers here, looking hopefully to start speeding up. So currently as it stands, Orks have first turn. Everything else of the Blood Angels is in reserve. Alright, so for Michael's cards, he's drew Hold the Line, Secure Objective 5, Big Game Hunter, Secure 3, Psychological Warfare, which will be difficult this turn due to me only having vehicles, and Supremacy. Reckon he can probably get quite a few of them, so let's have a look. Right, so because he has Hold the Line, he's going to get it straight away, but he's on Objective 4. These guys, everything has pulled sideways to get him onto Objective 6. The looters are staying on Objective 5 for the moment, so that's going to grant him Supremacy. But this truck here, to move forwards, looking probably flat out to get onto the objective down here as well. So, a very quick movement phase. We'll now move on to the shooting. Right, so the looters down here managed to get all the way through here to the Whirlwind. Managed to get 5 pens. I managed to save 3 of them with a cover. And unfortunately he's now shaken, so that's a Snapfire and Whirlwind. The only other thing that Michael has done is he's turbo boosted the truck over to Objective 3 to score him that. The final thing he's going to do is the lifter dropper, and he's going to be having to go at the Land Raider. He does have line of sight on it, and yeah, he just nominates a target within 48 inches. And he's picking the Land Raider, so he's going to roll a scatter dice. On the roll of a hit, it goes up and down on the spot. On the roll of an arrow, Michael can move it up to 24 inches along that line. So do you want to roll that, Michael? So up to 24 inches straight that way. So we'll come back when we resolve the rest of this. Right, so here we go. Michael can move it up to 24 inches along that line. I was hoping he was going right at the end, but he's not. He's going to dump it on that crate, these crates here. So that's going to be the end of the shooting phase. I don't know if he's going to be doing any assaults. We'll move the Land Raider and see if he's going to make any charges. Right, so any vehicle that's hit with the lifter drop, it takes D6 glancing hits. So it was a 50-50 chance whether Michael scored first blood or not. Thankfully, he rolled a 3 on the Land Raider, so the Land Raider is on 1 hull point. So let's have a look at his score. He's not making any assaults at all. Right, so Michael does score Hold the Line. He scores Secure Objective 5. He scores D3 for Supremacy and Objective 3. So that's 3 plus D3. 3, so he's on 6 points straight away. He's still got Big Game Hunter, and he's still got Psychological Warfare for the moment though. Right, so Blood Angels turn 1, we have Psychological Warfare, Secure 6, Purity through Bloodshed, Harness the Warp, Big Game Hunter, and Valor of Angels. We do have a plan, and I reckon we can probably get 4, maybe 5 of the cards. Let's have a look. Right, securing Objective 6 was going to be difficult with that objective secured battle wagon and that massive blob of boys, so I've elected not to go for that for the moment. The Land Raider luckily didn't get immobilized moving over the crates. Mephiston has jumped out with the Terminators. We're looking to get harness the warp to get strength 10, charge in and challenge. The plan is Michael's big mech will accept and I can double him out with the strength 10 of Mephiston. Val Predators move forward 12 inches. He's not going to be in range with these assault cannons, so the heavy bolters are going to be raining down to hopefully thin those looters out over there. As you can see, one of the tactical squads landed in their drop pod. They have combat squadded. We've got the heavy flamer there looking to get some hits on the battle wagon and then hopefully take out some of the storm boys as well. We've then got the melter gun in the second combat squad. Hopefully can pop the truck there. Meanwhile, down here, both assault marine squads landed. The one with the sergeant with the Infernus pistol is at the front, and the other squad landed straight behind. The wood is scattered on to the lifter dropper. Due to inertial guidance, we scattered back, so hopefully with between 5 melters there, we can blow that up. That is a nasty, nasty piece of kit. The Blood Angels plan is wavering already. These melter guys here only got 2 hits between 3 melters, a single pen, and Michael passed his fourth cover for the Aegis defense line, so that wasn't good at all. The storm bolters from the drop pods laced into the looters. We managed to kill 3 of them between the heavy bolter fire from the Val Predator as well. And luckily Michael passed his morale check, so that didn't get me psychological warfare. Tactical squad down here, the guys with a heavy flamer managed to clip the truck, and we managed to take out the knob from the storm boys. Unfortunately, despite getting wounds on the other 3, Michael passed his custom force field saves. We even then rapid fired the bolters in and again caused wounds, Michael passing all of his saves. The heavy flamer managed to take out 4 of the boys inside of the truck, and then the melter gun here from the other combat squad managed to blow it up, and the explosion killed the other 5 boys. The knob failed his pinning check, but because of Bellow and Tyrant, Michael got to re-roll and then rolled a 6, so I don't score psychological warfare. Right, in the psychic phase, I decided what I was going to do. I didn't really need the extra attacks due to the Terminator squad having quite a lot of attacks anyway, so I didn't go for quickening, didn't go for blood lance. I went for sanguine sword as I wanted to try and double out the custom force field big mech. Unfortunately, I didn't get it off with 3 dice, so that I then cast force with 3 dice and got it off once. And Michael didn't stop it, so Mephiston has force on him at least. So that meant I couldn't cast blood lance at the side armor of the battle wagon. However, I did shoot into it with the multi-melter and the assault cannon. I did get a pen with the multi-melter, but again, custom force field. Yeah, I think that custom force field is a bit nasty. So the big mech has to go down. Right, so our plan has worked. Mephiston charged in with the Terminators. He issued a challenge, but the big mech declined. And because he had force off, he actually managed to kill 3 of the bikers, 2 in the big mech, and then the lightning claws managed to kill the last one. So that scores me first blood as well. We consolidated, just moving things around, keep Mephiston and the Hammernator alive for the moment, as Orks don't have any AP2 shooting. So let's have a look at the score. Right, so purity through bloodshed, I score as I killed 2 units during the assault phase. Harness the warp, I only got force off, so I score 1 point for that. Valor of Angels, Mephiston issued a challenge. A big game hunter, the tactical marine managed to blow up the truck, so that scores me 4 points plus first blood. Right, so Michael has drew Hungry for Glory. He's got another objective 6. Big game hunter he kept, he discarded psychological warfare. He's got Here We Go and Get Him Boss, so I reckon he's going to get quite a few points this turn. Alright, so the truck at this side passed dangerous terrain and it's coming back. The boys have jumped out looking to take on the Marines here to stop the lifter grabber from being blown up. Down here has seen the heavy flamer. He knows what it did to the rest of the boys around him, so instead he's going to go and hack some metal up with his power claw. Meanwhile, down here the storm boys, the knobs with the war boss have jumped out. The boys have jumped out of this truck. The boys have jumped out the battle wagon here, and the They're going to be charging Mephiston and the Terminators. There's going to be a lot of attacks coming in. Mephiston's going to get to cut a couple of them down before the Terminators have to start rolling saves. So we'll have to see what damage is going to be done, but I reckon this is going to be a tough fight. Right, so in the shooting phase, the boys have piled out of this truck, unloaded the shooters into the front assault squad there, and despite getting a couple of wounds, the power armor of the Marines is standing firm. The looters that are here took shots in at the tactical squad with the heavy flamer, and despite again getting several wounds, the Marines' power armor absolutely stood firm and strong, shots plinging left, right and centre. This knob here we reckon is going to take out the drop pod in the assault phase, but over here, wow, all of the big shooters from all the trucks, all the shooters from the Storm Boys, all of the boys did that to the Terminator squad. Cut down 3 Terminators and inflicted a wound on Mephiston. Brutal stuff. Combat over here is going to be nasty now, due to only having 2 things swinging at initiative before the boys. But if Michael challenges with his war boss, the Hammernator will be accepting for definite. Right, so the last thing left to shoot, it's going to destroy it, but the lifter grabber is going to be shooting at the Land Raider. So the Land Raider is going to be destroyed, but which way does it go, Michael? Direct hit, so it stays where it is, and it does decent glancing hits, and obviously it's only got 1 left, so it's now wrecked. Right, so down here in the combat phase, these guys charged in. They used Here We Go to re-roll 1 of the dice and managed to cut down the 4 Assault Marines that were there. Unfortunately, Michael quite couldn't get round due to where the pods are situated to be able to get a multi-charge on them. Down here, the Ork Knob with a Power Claw managed to get 3 hits and a glance and 2 pens on this drop pod. Unfortunately, Michael didn't explode it, but it does mean that that drop pod is now wrecked. Over here, we've only done half the combat so far, and what a sight this is to behold. The War Boss has issued a challenge to get him boss, and me Terminator Sergeant with the Thunderhammer has accepted instead of Mephiston, so at least he's going to get through his armour. The only swings that we've actually done, Mephiston still has force off. He attacked the Knob squad and managed to bring down 2 of them. The Lightning Claw guy also managed to swing at them and caused a single wound, but Michael passed his feel no pain. So yeah, this is going to be nasty now. Can I not roll 4 1s? We'll have to see. Right, so this insane combat down here, we're actually going to get the dice rolls on camera. Michael, how many attacks he took into? Was it 48?
56.
56 attacks just from this 15-boy squad here. Majority weapon skill in my squad is 4, so you're hitting on 4s. Hitting on 4s for Furious Charge. Oh crap, that is a lot. It's 15 wounds on Mephiston and the Terminators. Don't roll 4 1s. Yeah, there we go. There's 4 1s. There's the squad gone. Mephiston has been cut down for the first time ever. Right, just while Michael's consolidating, yeah, we'll add up his points. He scores Big Game Hunter for killing the drop pod. He also managed to kill the Land Raider as well. He scores Secure Objective 6 as the battle wagons on it. He issued a challenge with his War Boss, so he gets Getting Boss and Hungry for Glory. And Here We Go, he actually re-rolled every single charge that he made into that combat, but unfortunately he only rolled a 1. So that scores Michael all 5 points for this turn, putting him at 11 to my 5. Right, so I drew Psychological Warfare, I've still got from last turn, Secure Objective 6, Decapitating Strike, Secure 3, and no prisoners. And I've had an abysmal turn for reserves. The only thing coming in is the Tactical Terminators. So for lack of anything better to do or anywhere cooler to go, the Tactical Terminators went for Objective 3. They did scatter slightly, but they're absolutely fine there. So you never know, might kill some of the grots. Mabal wouldn't be able to get within range, so he's biding his time. He smashed through the ruins, just hiding away until he's able to use his flamers effectively. Meanwhile, the other one's pushed forward 6 inches over the crates, looking to hopefully rain some fire down on the boys over there, or possibly that way. The Tactical Marines, we've spread out. We're looking to hopefully take the looters down, force a morale check, and then the other tactical squad hopefully charge the boys over this way if we can. Hopefully get Psychological Warfare with them. So we haven't done too bad at all with our plan. The storm bolters here managed to kill a couple of grots, and finally the assault marines with the melter guns, despite having 3, got 1 hit, 1 pen, and Michael failed his cover save and I rolled a 4. Blew up the lifter dropper, and the explosion killed 6 of the grots here, so they're going to need a morale check, but didn't wound the artillery here. Here we shot the drop pods in, as well as the Baal Predator from this side, looking to do some damage. The Baal Predator might have passed an insane number of cover saves, and we only lost 2 boys, so we're not forcing a morale check here. Heavy Flamer from the squad managed to take out 5 of the looters, leaving 2 of them still left in the ruins, so I'm not firing the bolters. I want to make sure that he fails that morale check. The tactical squads here used the bow pistols and the melter gun, managed to kill 3 of the storm boys, so they need a morale check as well. And the whirlwind just had line of sight on these guys here, and we managed to kill 6 of the boys in the 15 strong unit, so that's another morale check. So hopefully we can at least score that. We'll work those out and then move on to assaults. Right, so the morale checks, the lone grot here failed his morale and he's ran. The looters failed and they've ran. And the storm boys failed and they've ran as well. However, the ones here with the knob with the boss pole passed first time. The storm boys even got a reroll because of the war boss being there as well. So that does get me psychological warfare, but now it's going to be difficult to get the D3 for no prisoners, because the only things I can do is charge them fleeing looters over there. The plan was for these guys to assault the storm boys and the knob that's there to try and get enough units destroyed. So hopefully in the assault phase we'll make that charge and be able to destroy them. So the tactical marines that were here need the long charge. Thankfully we made it. No hits were made on Overwatch, and we just about managed to inflict 4 wounds, and Michael unfortunately only passed 1 out of 4 saves. So these guys have now consolidated, looking probably to take out these maybe, or possibly support the assault marines next turn. So yes, that gets me the 3rd unit destroyed for no prisoners. Right, so I scored D3 points for psychological warfare, as I made 3 units fail the morale check, and I do get to re-roll this, so I'm on 5 points. Oh, do I re-roll it? No guts, no glory, come on then. Cocked. Oh well, so that's 1 point for that. I scored secure objective 3 as the Terminators are on. No prisoners, I killed the lifter grabber, I killed storm boys, and I killed the looters, so I get D3 for this. Come on, let's do it. Oh well, so that's 4 points I scored that turn, plus the 5 I scored previously, puts me on 9 to Michael's 11. Right, turn 3, Michael draws 4 cards. He's drew Assassinate, no prisoners, Blood and Guts, and then for Grab the Loot, he's rolled a 6, which he's already on. So all he's got to do is kill stuff. Right, so in the movement phase, this grot didn't pass his morale check, but he's only running 4 inches, so he can't be that scared. The battle wagon is pulled backwards, looking to probably start and eat into these tactical marines here. Maybe kill the sergeant for Assassinate. Meanwhile over here, the squad without the sergeant, the knob, and the war boss with a mega knob, with a mega claw, sorry, is coming for these tactical marines here. I think these guys are going to get absolutely mulched. The boys following the boss, chasing after him, screaming, ready to bring down the marines. Battle wagon is staying here on objective number 6. Meanwhile, the other boy squad jumped in to the truck. It's moved at 6 and then moved flat out. It's 12 inches, looking probably to take the whirlwind out next turn. So yeah, that might have to move. But yeah, that is it for the movement phase. Let's see what Michael's shooting phase entails. It's down here, big shooter on the truck, fired into these marines here. Only got 1 wound, past their armor saves. Down here, we took fire from the truck as well as the boys, and unfortunately we lost the 2 melter gunners. But the sergeant is keeping his marines in check. They passed the morale, and now they're going to get charged. Lovely. The marines here are facing down a charging mob of knobs and boys, and between them they managed to cut down 2 of the Marines. We still stood our ground and are going to face the onslaught of knobs charging at us. Lovely. Down here, as expected, the herd of the boys managed to cut down the 3 Marines, and not before the Marines managed to cut one of them down with the chainsaws though, only unfortunately getting a single hit and wound. Down here, the war boss and all the knobs managed to cut down the Marines, but not before this guy charged in. He was brave. He didn't take any hits to the Overwatch, however we did inflict 1 wound on him. So they have consolidated, and there's a nice space now hopefully for my Librarian Dreadnought to come down and get a few hits in on them if Michael's brave enough to charge him. So that's it for Michael's turn. Let's have a look at his score. Right, so Michael scores Assassinate for killing the Assault Marine Sergeant. He gets Blood and Guts for taking out of his squad, and he also gets no prisoners for taking them out as well. The Tactical Squad also scored Michael no prisoners and Blood and Guts, but unfortunately as he only killed 2 units, he doesn't get the D3. And he does score Grab the Loot again, so that's another 4 points, putting Michael at, 15 points. Right, so we have Secure Objective 4, Secure Objective 3, Noble Self-Sacrifice and Decapitate and Strike. Let's see what we can do. Decapitate and Strike and Noble Self-Sacrifice aren't going to happen because the Librarian's not on. Right, so our Tactical Terminators are going to stand strong and secure Objective 3 again for me. I could have taken out the truck here, however I wouldn't get the Consolidate back onto Objective 3, so I've elected just to leave them where they are for lack of anything else to do really. The Bile Predator with the Flamers is finally going to get to do what it was made to do and burn some Orks over here. So we are going to be in range to use 2 templates. I had to move the full 12 inches though to get within range, so at least I'm getting 2 templates. The Land Speeder got a direct hit from Deep Strike Reserve, looking to take on the knobs, and the Bile Predator has moved 6 inches so it can still fire everything and hopefully eat away at the knobs at this side. We try to drop the Tactical Marines down here, looking to hopefully start taking on the War Boss. I'll get a nice hit with a heavy flamer on them boys there. Unfortunately, we scattered 8 inches back and they've jumped out here. We just about can see a few of them. So we think we'll maybe have a go at them first, and then the Whirlwind. It's only going to get 1 turn of shooting due to Michael's boys being right nearby, but hopefully we can at least eliminate this squad. Wow, what a turn of shooting for the Blood Angels. So the Tactical Squad that's here managed to burn and incinerate the lonely grot that was running away, but unfortunately we couldn't do any damage to the artillery on this side. However, the Bile Predator with the Flamers shot straight through, just about killing the boys that were on the other side of the drop pod, and unfortunately these 3 passed the morale, so they are hanging around, not doing a lot for the moment. Meanwhile down here we rained iron on the Nob squad. The Heavy Bolter from the Land Speeder, the Heavy Bolters, the Assault Cannon and the Stormbolt from the Bile Predator absolutely mulched into these guys here. Michael did make a lot of feel no pains and a few lookout sares and everything, and as a result only the Pain Boy is left on 1 wound with the War Boss. Meanwhile the Tactical Marines that were here managed to incinerate and rapid fire the bolters into the boy squad that were here. They could just about see the knob, and he managed to chuck a couple of boys in front of the bolter fire. So as a result, these guys were the only ones left. They have, however, also passed the morale check. The Whirlwind even decided to have a go, see if he could maybe put a wound on the knob. But despite getting a direct hit, unfortunately we rolled a 1 to hit. So the Whirlwind is going to be going down, and I think Michael is going to be having some revenge on these guys. Right, so I score Objective 4 and Objective 3, which puts me at 11 points to Michael's 15. I'm going to discard Noble Self-Sacrifice, as I think that's very, very situational. Right, so Orks turn 4, Michael has drew Ascendancy, Secure 1 and Mordaka. Well, the Whirlwind is on Objective 1. He might be able to blow the Whirlwind up with a couple of big shooters that's over there. Ascendancy, he's already on 2, and if he gets Objective 1, that'll actually give him the 3. Right, in Michael's movement phase, the truck has moved across the Aegis defence line, looking to get some shots in on the Tactical Marines there. Michael's also called a war, so these boys are going to make a beeline for this Predator, see if he can take it out. The war boss is also making a beeline for it as well. Michael saw how devastatingly deadly it was and he wants rid of it. Meanwhile, the lone knob on a single wound, he's coming back this way as well. He's going to run and then obviously charge this one. Hopefully he can get rid of that predator as well. I think this assault phase is going to be quite deadly. Meanwhile, in the rest of the movement phase, the truck has moved 6 inches to secure objective 1. The boys are looking to hopefully take out the whirlwind if the big shooters from the truck and the battle wagon don't glance the vehicle to death. And that's going to get Michael objective 1 and of course ascendancy as well. Right, it's been a very eventful shooting phase for Michael. The battle wagon here, the truck and the battle wagon, the Orks absolutely laughing as they cut down the sergeant from the tactical squad here. However, the Marines just simply shrug the entire thing off. He has called a war, and the war boss with his painboy is running to get to the Baal Predator here. The boys ran through the cover looking to hopefully support the knob, maybe take out the Baal Predator or potentially take out the land speeder as well. Down here, the boys shot into the tactical Marines but unfortunately didn't get any hits. Meanwhile, the battle wagon here levelled his big shooter straight through the side armour of the Rhino here. Wow, what an assault phase for the Orks. The painboy and the war boss have managed to wreck and explode the Baal Predator. Unfortunately, it didn't wound any of the boys over here either. The boys here only got a single glance on the armour of the land speeder, and the lowly knob that's left at this side managed to get 2 hits on the Baal Predator, 2 pens, but unfortunately it's only shaken, so at least he can still fire, even if it is only snapshots. Meanwhile, down here, heavy flamer with Overwatch managed to take down the boy and wound the knob once, and the Bolter Marines actually got a single hit and managed to kill the knob himself. So let's have a look at Michael's score. He does have objective 6 here. The boys over here score him objective 1, and the battle wagon that pulled back here does score him ascendancy. He also has more Dakar and objective 1 as well. Right, so I've drew Decapitate and Strike, secure objective 2, and Hungry for Glory issue a challenge. So the Librarian Dreadnought finally makes it in. I tried to get him right here between the boys and the war boss. Unfortunately, he scattered back 10 inches. So the Baal Predator is pulled back just to secure objective number 2. And hopefully between that snap shooting and the storm bolter from the the heavy bolters from the land speeder, hopefully we can take out the boys here. And maybe the Terminators that have pulled sideways can possibly get a charge in. It's a long charge against the war boss, but hopefully that'll get us there. Meanwhile, the only other thing that we've done, tactical Marines, we're going to look to hopefully start eating away at these guys here, as don't really have anything left to deal with Michael's 2 battle wagons. Right, it's been a mixed turn in the shooting phase and sight phase for the Blood Angels. 2 storm bolters could see through at the boys here, but unfortunately we didn't do any damage. The land speeder, we managed to bring out the heavy bolter fire and kill out the 3 boys here. As a result, I used the 2 drop pods to take out the remaining knob. Finally got a wound on him and Michael failed the save. The Baal Predator then elected to snap shoot everything through onto the war boss and the painboy. Michael looked out onto the war boss with everything. I managed to get a couple of hits despite snap firing, and passed all of his 2-up armors. In the psychic phase though, the Librarian Dreadnought tried to cast Force to stop the Feel No Pains, and then I remembered his strength 10, so a couple of wasted dice, but never mind. Tried to cast Shield of Sanguinius and didn't get it off. However, I did get Quickening for an extra single attack and initiative. So hopefully we can take them out in the assault phase of his turn, or maybe my turn 5. I did shoot the melter gun through and I was hoping to get rid of the painboy. Despite us getting a hit, I rolled a 1 to wound, so that was unlucky. Meanwhile, down here, the tactical Marines managed to rapid fire and get a single glance in on the truck here. Right, so the only thing I've done in the assault phase is I've tried to charge the Terminators here. I rolled an 8, and it is 8 inches. I needed the 10 as I was going through cover, so unfortunately I didn't make it. Michael did get a wound in on Overwatch, but luckily I passed me 2-up armor. Meanwhile, over here we thought It was better to try and charge the artillery, see if we could get more wounds in on it that way. But yeah, our luck was not had. We lost a single Marine to the Overwatch from the Grots, and no wounds were dealt out at all. So let's have a look at the Blood Angel score. So the only thing on our score is secure objective 2. Do I want to destroy these? I think I'll get rid of Hungry for Glory. Right, turn 5, Michael has drew secure objective 4 and secure objective 6. Right, so down here, objective 4, Michael's not going to be able to get due to my objective secured Marines. And objective 6 is still being held by this battle wagon, still. So, movement phase, the boys have jumped back in the truck and are moving for objective 2, looking to hopefully take out the Baal Predator next turn. Meanwhile, the war boss, he's coming for the Librarian Dreadnought. He's seen him land in the drop pod and he's seen him get out, and he wants a piece of him. Right, so we've done most of the rest of the turn. The big shooters on the truck and the big shooters on the battle wagon here try to take out the land speeder. I elected to jink, and unfortunately Michael didn't do any damage. Over here though, big shooters decided to shoot the Marines, got a single wound, but the Marines' armour is standing strong. We've done the assault phases up to now. The Grots and the Marines have exchanged blows, but no damage done in either direction. Meanwhile, down here, the war boss has charged in at the Librarian Dreadnought. He's still got his Pain Boy, strength 10. I am going to be doubling him out. I've only got 3 attacks because of quickening, and I'm hitting on 4s, so I could maybe he's only kill the Pain Boy, as Michael's going to get to choose who the wound's going first. So let's roll this and get it on camera. So Michael, the Dreadnought, swings at initiative 5 with 3 attacks though, so I hit on 4s. I only got 1 hit, 1 wound, so I'm guessing you're going to kill the Pain Boy off. Yep. So the Pain Boy's dead. The war boss is now going to get to swing back. Right, so the war boss is swinging back. He has 4 attacks base, 5 for charging. He's going to hit me on 3s because he's got better weapon skill. Oh, 3 attacks, he could blow us up. So 3s to glance Michael. Anything above 3s is going to be a pen. Oh! Oh no! Right, so I guess that's that then. Yeah. Right, so Michael scores objective 6, which puts him on 19 points, and he's elected to discard objective 4, as the objective secure Marines aren't going anywhere fast. So let's have a look at Blood Angels, turn 5. Right, so I've still got Decapitating Strike and Hungry for Glory, which is going to be fantastic for me if I can get rid of that Warlord. Right, so it's getting to now be very quick turns. The Terminators have pulled this way, looking to hopefully support the Librarian in bringing down the War Boss. The Baal Predator and the Land Speeder and the Tactical Marines closing in on the truck here. Hopefully we can get rid of the truck and see what damage we can actually do. Psychic phase, I had 6 dice. I got Shield of Sanguinius off on 1, but Michael managed to stop it with these 4 dice. I then cast Quickening and managed to roll 2, so I've getting an extra 2 attacks for the Dreadnought there. I've also forgot last turn as well, because I've got 2 specialist weapons, I should have been swinging with 4 attacks, not 3. So at least I'm going to be swinging with 5 attacks. I should hopefully bring the War Boss down this time. Let's move into shooting phase though. I'm hoping I can get rid of this truck and all of the boys in it. Right, so in the shooting phase, the Marines managed to actually purge 2 of the guys inside of the truck with the heavy flamer, and then shot 4 bow pistols at it. And unfortunately we didn't get rid of the truck. We then shot both the storm bolters from the drop pods, as well as the heavy bolters from the land speeder, and everything on the Baal Predator ended up going into it. As you can see, the Marines have then charged. They rolled a 10 for the charge distance, so we made it in. We didn't take any wounds to Overwatch, thankfully. So we've got that combat to work out. Down here, the Terminators tried to charge, but they only rolled a 4. They needed the 5-inch charge to get in at the Librarian and the War Boss there. So the Librarian now has 5 attacks, hitting the War Boss on 4s. Only 2. Come on, all we need is not a double 1. Not a double 1. And there we go, the war boss has been brought crashing to the ground under the force stave of the dreadnought. Right, so there we go. The librarian dreadnought has slain the war boss in a challenge. That gets me decapitating strike and hungry for glory. And my tactical marines up there get me line breaker as well. Unfortunately, that only actually gets me up to 15 points to Michael's 19. We've just rolled to see if the game continues, and unfortunately it doesn't. So that is a victory for Orks. It looks as though the Orks are proving to be a very, very difficult match for the Blood Angels, and have caused several casualties in both games. We'll have to see whether the Orks come back to try and kill some more dirty Yumis in the future. But big thanks to Michael for today's game. It's been very fun, and I hope you've enjoyed the game. As I said at the beginning, the battle mat is supplied by urbanmats.com. Today's game is filmed at Games of War in Seaham. Please check them out. Offer a host of discounts on various card and miniature games as well. So thanks very much.